السلام عليكم ورحمة الله وبركاته. مختبرنا لهذا الأسبوع يضم مجموعة embryonic connective tissue and specialized connective tissue. Mucous connective tissue هو نوع من مجموعة embryonic connective tissue which found only in embryo, not found in adult. It is found only in the umbilical cord. The ground substance, it is abundant and appear jelly-like matrix. The fibers found here, collagen fibers, which arrange irregular in distribution, and the main type of the cells that found in this tissue are fibroblasts. This is slide for mucous connective tissue. These are fibroblasts, which is widely distributed in this tissue. It is found within the ground substance. These are collagen fibers, which distributed irregular in the ground substance. This ground substance, which is found as large amount in the mucous connective tissue. Slide also for mucous connective tissue, we see also fibroblasts, which distributed within this tissue. Collagen fibers not found as bundle, found as fiber irregular in distribution. Specialized connective tissue. Reticular connective tissue هو أحد أنواع specialized connective tissue. This tissue consists of matrix which containing branching reticular fibers to form network and containing a small quantity of ground substance. إذا هذا النوع من التشو نلاحظ كمية قليلة من ground substance اللي تحوي على reticular fibers اللي طبيعته يكون متفرع ومتشابك بحيث يشكل network within this ground substance. The main type of the cells that found here, reticular cells, which have long cytoplasmic process that attached with the neighboring cells. طبيعة الرeticular fibers إنه تمتلك cytoplasmic process اللي تتصل أو تكون باتصال مع neighboring cells بحيث تظهر متشابكة، وبالنتيجة إنه كل reticular fibers يظهر متشابك نتيجة تشابك reticular fiber reticular cells. Also, fibroblasts and macrophages found in this matrix, but in a few number. This is slide for reticular connective tissue that found in liver. نتعرف أول شيء على تركيب الليفر. The liver composed of hepatic lobule. هذا هو hepatic lobule. Each hepatic lobule composed of hepatic cells. hepatic cells اللي تتألف بشكل columns مثل أشعة أو أعمدة في داخل اللبيول. أيضا الهيباتيك لبيول يحتوي على central vein اللي هذا موجود بالمركز، ويحتوي على portal area اللي تكون في منطقة بين اللبيولز. هاي مجموعة لبيولز فيكون في أطراف هذه اللبيولز. وين راح نلاحظ الرeticular connective tissue؟ ونتفق بصورة عامة إنه reticular fibers و reticular cells are branched to form network. المظهر النهائي للreticular connective tissue يظهر بشكل network، يكون black in staining لأن هنا special staining اللي هي سميناها silver salts. فنلاحظ أول موقع للreticular connective tissue found around the hepatic lobule. نلاحظ هذه الخطوط السوداء، هذه هي reticular connective tissue around hepatic lobule. الموقع الثاني around the central vein. around the central vein. والموقع الثالث للreticular connective tissue found around hepatic lobule or between hepatic lobules. يحيط ويكون بين الهيباتيك cells، ويكون around the portal vein، ويكون أيضا reticular connective tissue حول البورتر vein مثل ما تلاحظون هذه الخطوط السوداء اللي تمثل لي reticular fibers or reticular connective أيضا راح نلاحظ هذه الساينوسويد الجيوب اللي موجودة بين الهيباتيك سيلز. نرجع مرة ثانية نستذكر، هذا هو السنترال vein. هذه الهيباتيك cells which arrange as columns which radiate from the central vein. هذه نسميها sinusoids that found between hepatic cells. إذن هذا مثل ما قلنا الخطوط هذه السوداء اللي تمثل لي reticular connective tissue. Also found between hepatic cells that surrounding the sinusoid. كل هذه الخطوط السوداء اللي تشوفونها بين الهيباتيك سيلز وحول الساينوسويد كلها تمثل لي reticular connective tissue. هذه أيضا صورة للليفر بالتكبير. هذه هي الساينوسويدز، فتكون reticular connective tissue حول الساينوسويد. هذه هي الهيباتيك سيلز، فنلاحظ إنه reticular connective tissue surrounded these hepatic cells. هذه الخطوط السوداء مثل ما تلاحظون، هذه هي reticular tissue. اللابيولز، هذا اللي هو أطلقنا عليه لابيولز، فهذا هو التشو اللي يحيطها. The most common locations of reticular connective tissue in liver, spleen, lymph nodes, and bone marrow. The functions of reticular connective tissue are support, protect, and forms architectural framework for the tissues such as hematopoietic tissues. ضمن مجموعة specialized connective tissue adipose connective tissue. The character feature of this tissue is composed of large lipid cells. Each cell contains single large lipid droplet surrounded by thin rim of cytoplasm and eccentric flattened nucleus. Also, the other character feature of adipose connective tissue, it was characterized by little extracellular matrix between adipose cells, which that containing fibroblasts also. This is adipose tissue, which is composed of adipose cells. Each adipose cell is composed of large lipid droplet surrounded by thin rim of cytoplasm and eccentric nucleus. مثل ما نلاحظ إنه معظم الخلية هي عبارة عن large lipid droplet، والسيتوبلازم فقط thin rim يحيط هذه الليبيد droplet و eccentric nucleus مثل ما نلاحظ تكون طرفية. Between these adipose cells, there is very little amount of ground substance which containing fibroblasts. These fibroblasts that found in the ground substance. This is blood vessels or blood capillary, where the adipose tissue is rich with blood capillaries. This slide also adipose connective tissue, which is composed of adipose cells. All these adipose cells aggregate with each other. Each adipose cell is composed of single large lipid droplet surrounded by thin rim of cytoplasm and eccentric nucleus. تلاحظون هذه النيوكلياي تكون eccentric for each cell. There is very little amount of ground substance between these cells. Adipose tissue, which divided into loop and tubules by connective tissue. نلاحظ هذا هو النسيج اللي عادة ما يكون rich with connective tissue, rich with blood vessels, which divide the connective tissue, divide the adipose tissue into loop and lobule. This is also adipose tissue. These are adipose cells, and this blood capillaries which found in the connective tissue that divided the adipose tissue into loop and lobules. The locations of adipose tissue in bone marrow mesentery's subcutaneous layer under the skin and around the kidney. The function of adipose tissue: storage and metabolic of lipid, and to prevent excessive heat loss through the skin. Elastic connective tissue: هذا النوع هو أيضا من مجموعة specialized connective tissue. It is modified dense connective tissue and very rare, which contains numerous elastic fibers such as enlarged artery or aorta. يعتبر هذا النوع محور من dense connective tissue، ويكون نادر جدا، ومن خصائصه أنه يحتوي على أعداد هائلة من elastic fibers. The wall of aorta composed of large number of elastic fibers and contain between these fibers smooth muscle cells, reticular fibers, and ground substance. The large vessels or aorta carries the blood from the heart to different tissues in the body. Elastic fiber give arterial walls the strength and elasticity, where have ability to return to its original shape after stretching. وجود الإلاستيك فايبر بجدار الأتريال إنه يساعد على المطاطية العالية والقوة، بحيث إلى القابلية الجدار إنه يتمدد ويرجع إلى حجمه الأصلي بدون ما يتمزق الوول. وطبعا هذه يساعد بكفاءة الدورة الدموية. This is a slide for elastic connective tissue. This large artery or aorta. The surface of aorta composed of epithelium, simple squamous epithelium. The wall of aorta is composed of large number of elastic fibers. These are elastic fibers which found in large number in the wall of aorta. This is slide also for elastic connective tissue. This wall of aorta. These are elastic fibers which found in large number in the wall of aorta. Between these elastic fibers are the smooth muscle fibers or cells which found between the elastic fibers. Also this slide of wall of aorta which composed of elastic fibers. مثل ما نلاحظ elastic fibers تكون wavy, singly, parallel to each other, densely packed. Between these elastic fibers, the smooth muscles fibers or cells found between these elastic fibers to form the wall of aorta. Thank you for listening.